Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Redskins. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Redskins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 53, Mike, tackles. Ready, go.
They go play action with Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now it's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Forced out to his left. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. He finds Hopkins complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. It's complete to Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, this is Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Geis with a carry on second down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Dolphins getting set to go here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Back to throw. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year.
And the pressure gets to him again. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Haskins to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Geis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
They'll run with Geis. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Geis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Haskins on 3rd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bag.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. On the ground, it's Geis. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. It's Geis on the counter. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 4. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. That's complete to Sharp. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here's Haskins to throw. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again they run. Again it's Geis. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a run with Geis. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Haskins will throw. Off to Geis on the screen. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air. I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Breida. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock, they got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference, because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 23. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and 1. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Haskins. Open man here, Sims complete. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Watch the screen.
1st and 10 at the 25.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on...
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2nd and 13. And he's going to go down again. Jonathan Allen able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now back to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. It's their quarterback with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Geis. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Mike to 59. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Haskins now off the bootleg. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Dolphin football. So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. 54 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got his man Sharp complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. To throw. Being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They need a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And it wasn't really all